Guys, Nick here, and I hope you enjoyed that intro. Kicking off this full review of iOS 9.2, we're going to start off by hopping into settings and showing you the storage space that I saved. I saved a few gigs. I actually downloaded some games for this review, so you're going to see that I have 3.9, but it does save you a little bit of space, and it takes about 249 megabytes to update. So the second thing I want to get into is the boot up test of the device. So we're going to boot this baby up and see how long it takes. Now I want to mention that we're going to get into all the features in iOS 9.2 here: news, mail drop, Safari. Like I say, just go down to the timestamp down below if you don't want to sit here through this review. It's not going to be a very long review, but it's going to be at least maybe 6-7 minutes, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, as it's booting up, you can see it's taking a little bit of time. I notice it boots up here and there about 25 to 35 seconds, which is actually pretty fast for the iPhone 5S. So I think it's going to boot up real quick. So there it is, and we are in. There we go. So the next section we're going to get into in this video is going to be the mail drop thing that iOS announced, and that basically says that you can now use mail to drop and send large files using iCloud, such as video. This is very similar to what Google does in Gmail with Google Drive. If the file is too large, they let you send it through Drive, which basically makes you easier to send those large files that you might want to show, such as a video right here. So that's the new feature in iOS 9.2, larger files in mail drop. And the next section we're going to get into is the music app. Apple has redesigned it in iOS 9.2. It's just slightly visual changes, some playlist changes. But the big feature is going to be able to download your music straight from this iCloud button within the music app, which is basically going to allow you to not have to sync through iTunes. I'm going to show you an example. So here is a Black Eyed Peas song from 2011. I haven't really used iCloud Music, but you see this little button right here. We're going to click this, and now you can directly download from iCloud straight to your phone with that easy, simple to use button, making for an Apple Music experience just that much better on iOS 9. Alright, hopping into another feature is going to be the News apps. Now introduces top stories, so basically a more Flipboard-like customization experience for the Apple News app. Basically gonna allow you to make it more yours in this app, so that's a nice addition if you're really a news reader on your phone. I still think it needs some work, but it's a great addition to iOS 9.2. Alright, another thing Apple has added in iOS 9.2 is Safari enhancements, bug fixes, speed enhancements. Also the view controller, which is basically going to allow you to hop into other apps such as news or wherever you're going to have an app with a link, going to hop you right into Safari. Google's been doing this for a while, but this is a nice addition to your Apple iPhone 5S and other iPhones in iOS 9.2. Another enhancement Apple has brought is Arabic to Siri. So if we go into General, I actually want to display. Let's go into General Siri. You're going to see that we have Arabic support. So for all my Arabic people out there, Apple has finally got you covered. So that's a great thing on iOS 9.2 for Arabic Siri users. Let's hop into the app switching test. Open up Calculator. You can see that fired right open. Compass, fired right open. Settings. Let's hop back into Clock. Let's come back out, go into Instagram, come back out once that loads. Let's go into YouTube. By the way, go follow me on Instagram, everythingtech_Nick Ackerman. That's everythingtech_Nick Ackerman. Let's go into Chrome. Let's pop into 100 Zeros, a site where you can find free Amazon books. Shout out to 100zeros.com. Let's go back and go into Calendar. Let's go into Weather. And now let's go through the multitasking switch tab so you can see how fast we get back into the app. So as you can see, things work pretty damn well in this iPhone, coming in at about 3 years old now. This phone has just been a very great phone, and it's lasted very long for many of us users. And you can see things fly right open. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of touch issues. I'm trying to do this behind the camera, but as you can see, bam, look how fast that goes right on through. So yeah, that's what you can expect on the multitasking switch speeds. Alright guys, this next test is going to be real world performance. So I'm sitting here, I'm going to read my article real quick. I just want to show you how buttery smooth the iPhone 5S is acting on iOS 9.2 in the real world. So I'm going to go into Calendar and maybe set up an appointment, just type in setup in the title just to give you a little glimpse of how the keyboard works. That responds very well. Going into settings, we're going to disable the language because I don't speak the Arabic that came out. The quick toggles works very well. We're going to see how smooth it scrolls through. Going into a folder, going into photos. Photos works well. Now this is different from the app switching speed because the app switching speed was just kind of an ADD test. This is more just how we would, expect our phone to pop open on, occasion. So you can see lock switching works very well, and you should be, happy with the speed if you were cautious about updating. So this next section is going to be the camera on iOS 9.2 for your iPhone 5s. So opening it up, you can see it opened very quick, so you shouldn't miss a moment. We're taking pictures of the iPod Touch 5th generation. I'm going to do an iOS 9.2 review on that baby as well. If you want to see that, go ahead and leave a thumbs up down below or a comment description. As going over, you can see everything is working just fine as expected from an Apple product. Not to brag, but they are very optimized, and iPhones have been out for almost 8 years now, so it should be this optimized after all these years of work. So yeah, your camera speed should be very satisfying for you on iOS 9.2. So getting into something I don't do often, the gaming test, we're going to start off with Dead Trigger to show you how the gaming performance is on the iPhone on iOS 9.2. So as you can see, everything is operating very smooth, and I don't want to brag about how smooth this is, but it just is working very smooth. I just want to be direct and honest with you all. So Dead Trigger looks great. Now another more intensive game, Grand Theft Auto 3. As you can see, things are popping open nice and smooth, and we're gonna drive this car. Now I'm not a very good driver behind the camera. I mean, I love playing Grand Theft Auto, but behind the camera I might crash. So if I crash, I crash. So yeah, there I crash. I guess I brought that upon myself. Now for a more casual game, Crossy Road. So as you can see, gaming works in all facets, high graphics and casual gaming for iOS 9.2. Alright guys, so we gotta cap this review off with battery life. Throughout the review, it took me about 45 minutes to make this, and it dropped 10% during that 45 minutes. Full brightness, Wi-Fi is on, connection is on, service. We have low power mode still at 9.2, giving you an extra hour or two on battery mode. Overall, I would say I've been getting maybe 4 to 5 hours on screen time without low power mode, and you can add an extra hour or two with low power mode. So pretty solid on iOS 9.2 and highly optimized. So guys, that's the end of this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I loved having you guys around. Now, we covered everything in this video in depth, so you can check out the timestamp below if you missed some of it. It'll all be down there below. You can go right to the sections you want. But overall, iOS 9.2, it's a solid recommend. Go ahead and update to it. It's better than 8.4.1 because it has way more features and it's almost just as smooth. I'm also going to do a review on that iPod Touch that I'm pointing to right now, and 5th generations for a 9.2, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't, leave a thumbs up down below. Videos on all iPhone coverage is down below in the description. I'll leave a card to a playlist, and I will catch you guys in the next trip. Peace.